Hi everybody, Annalisa here with ABC for Dance. Fred and I are going to go over lesson 24 with you today, which is about rotation of your arm. When we're talking about your arm, we're going to be talking about three main bones: your humerus, which we talked about a little bit when we talked about our shoulder, and then our radius, which is on the thumb side of your forearm, and the ulna, which is on the pinky side. Now, the radius and the ulna can rotate over each other. So if you watch, as Fred's hand goes from palm up to palm down, it causes the radius to roll over the ulna. And you can feel that on your own arm. You just hold onto your forearm, take your hand and turn your palm down. And as you turn your palm up to down, you'll feel how the bones roll over each other. So that's one place we have rotation in the arm. The place that we use a bit more about in dance is rotation in our arm from our shoulder socket for port de bras and similar. We have three main positions of our arm. The first one is called anatomical neutral, or neutral position. And in that position, our arm is down next to us and our palm is forward. So it would be just like you were laying down asleep with your palms up. We call that anatomical neutral. And all of our other positions or directions are going to come from that neutral position. So when I go to medial or internal rotation, my humerus is going to turn towards the middle of my body. So this is medial rotation of my arm in the shoulder socket. I go from my anatomical neutral to a medial position. External rotation or lateral rotation is turning away. So again, if I'm in my neutral position and I continue to rotate my hand from forward to up, but I move it from my shoulder socket, that's external rotation. So my positions are neutral, medial rotation, again neutral, external rotation. And this is really important for us as dancers because I can't just move the humerus without affecting the rest of my shoulder girdle and eventually my torso. I'm going to turn to the side so you have a little better view. As I go medial, you'll notice that my shoulder is going to round and come forward, and it causes a shortening through the front of my chest. When I go into external or lateral rotation, it causes my back to arch because I need to adjust everything in my shoulder girdle to allow that arm movement. So it's hard to just isolate. If you have somebody that can watch and film you, go ahead and just try neutral, medial, neutral, external or lateral rotation and see what happens to your body. If you don't have somebody that can help you by filming, lay down on the floor. Bring your arms up to the ceiling. You're going to start with your palms facing forward. Rotate medially so your palms are facing down and away from you, and feel what happens to your shoulder contact on the floor. Then come back to your neutral position and now go into external and feel what happens to your rib cage and your shoulders. You can do the same thing with your arms down on the floor. Going to medial, feel the difference through your upper body as you rotate your palms down to the floor. Come back to your neutral and now go into external and see what has to change. Or bring your arms up to second position, rotating them medially, coming to neutral, going to external or laterally. And as you do that laying down, you're going to feel the difference through your body and get a cleaner sensation of how much change your arm makes on the rest of your body. And then think about, where do I use this in dance? A very simple place would be when I balance. So let's say I'm going into a pirouette. I come to fourth position. I'm going to come up into my releve. If I am medially rotated, it's going to carry me and round me forward. I'll lose my balance. If instead I go into a little bit of external rotation, it's going to wind up creating extension or arching my back, and I'm going to lose my balance that way. So when your teachers are telling you where your hands need to face or where your arm needs to be, part of it is because it's not just about the arm line, it's about the effect it has on the rest of the body. And that has a lot to do with whether you're neutral, medial, laterally rotated. So play around with all of those positions and feel the difference through your body. And then when you go and take class, especially if it's like a ballet class and you're thinking about, okay, what am I doing with my arm? So if I take my arms to second position, I'm actually going to be a little bit medial as I lift that elbow. But I don't want to be too medial. If I go lateral or external, I'm going to wind up changing my line. And we do that a lot in modern and contemporary to create these lines. But now you can see the trickle-down effect on how it changes your balance and how it affects the rest of your dancing. So have fun playing around with that.